Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. Convoluted plans confused the troupe. New Rogue tried to plan a distraction for the dinosaurs with one of Dell's summoned boars and a drum, but after several different confusing instructions, the boar got annoyed and stalked off. Shadow Nemesis, meanwhile, made multiple plans with Shadowmaster to destroy the Gravewalker, all involving a torn bag of holding. But when he called the others on Tyler's stone, they chose to ignore him. He then discovered that there were imps following the others and reporting on their positions to the Gravewalker, and called again, this time to warn them. Can wet chains shake the invisible impish minions? I doubt it.
Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft. You did not just hear Guy eating the loudest handful of chips from a chip bag I've ever heard on mic 2 seconds before we went to air. What is dying is it sounded like a combination of an explosion, a thunderstorm, and a mukbang. That was what we got out of here. Okay, so in our previous episode, for anybody who was not here, our party was split. Shadow Nemesis was on his own, having apologized to the group and explained that the Gravewalker was after them due to his previous betrayal, but he felt bad about it and now wanted to do the right thing. He formed a plan with Shadowmaster that could include everybody or could not. He wanted to go to the barn where they had originally found the Talisman of Ultimate Evil because there was a well that he could hide in. And his plan is to get close enough to the Gravewalker that he can stab his bag of holding, throw it at the Gravewalker. It explodes and kills. Explodes and kills the Gravewalker. But the concept is it will be Shadowmaster taking him over to actually do the stab and throw, so that it won't be Shadow Nemesis. It's a lot of shadows. It won't be Shadow Nemesis becoming a second-time Dark Lord. He believes the symbiote might get them by on the technicality of it being a separate being who is doing this. He tried to communicate this to his friends who were not interested in the plan. They decided to move onwards to the battlefield. That was their general goal. However, Shadow Nemesis discovered that he had been followed by an imp this entire time, an invisible imp that was threatening him. And he discovered that imps were chasing the rest of his friends. They knew where they were in the woods, which means the Gravewalker was going after them. Through clever use of his severed and rotting hand, he killed the imp that was with him so he could continue doing what he was doing, and called his friends to let them know that they were in danger and under supervision by imps, meaning the Gravewalker knew where they were. At the very end of the episode, New Rogue cast Detect Magic and realized that he could see a team of 10 imps was currently kind of following them, flying invisibly and trading members in and out, clearly running messages somewhere else, which means it is up to New Rogue and the rest to figure out what they are going to do, and knowing that whatever they do plan, say aloud, etc., is actively being heard by a team of imps who are reporting on them, which is, as we can all admit, a very complicated circumstance. Yeah. Shadow Nemesis is just racing to a barn. You know, he's doing his thing. That is where we left things off. Do any of my players, do any of you have any continuity questions?
No.
Meow.
No.
Meow.
No.
Yeah.
Meow. Meow.
Little meow.
And with that,
that was good,
it's time for us to return to Ravenloft. New Rogue, you now know that imps are observing your team as you are racing through the woods. They are flying and able to keep up with you. They are trading invisible members in and out, clearly running messages to the Gravewalker and his pursuing forces. What do you do knowing that anything you say or do can be seen currently by the enemy?
I'm going to have to make a series of hand motions to people.
Please describe them to us.
Great. So I'm going to turn to everybody, and I'm going to again pull out the finger to the mouth, to illustrate that I'm saying, shh. I'm going to put my hand above my brow, and I'm going to use my other free hand to point on my eyes. And then I'm going to then move that hand to point in the direction of all the imps that I can see. Dungeon Master, I turned. It's only me that sees them, correct?
Correct.
Or great.
You cast Detect Magic, so you can see the magic, but no one else can. It doesn't light them up. It's not like fairy fire.
Right. So I'm basically just going to then, once I've pointed out, I'm going to basically point in the direction of all of the imps I see, But I'm going to also try and play it off like I'm just like, oh, look at all these foliages around here. Look at these plants and trees. There's one right there. Can
you roll me a deception at disadvantage?
Oh.
They fly around and move, so it's kind of obvious when you're pointing at individual imps.
Right. Disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay.
You can cast guidance on yourself. I think you would have.
No, okay. Yeah, I guess okay, I'll cast guidance as well. Okay. That's going to be 22.
A disadvantage?
Yeah, man. Fucking
amazing,
rock!
Dude. Holy shit. Okay. The imps just think you're pointing at foliage.
Wow. That's a cool leaf right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Del and Tyler, can you both roll me an insight roll? I will give you advantage, but this lie is so convincing from New Rogue. I need to know if you guys could see through it.
Yeah.
17.
Insight, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. New Rogue. Everyone who is looking at you thinks you are pointing at plants right now. And you quickly realize your lie is so good. DDX is like, yeah, everybody's got to stay quiet. We're looking at plants.
What the fuck are we doing?
Lots of nice
Yeah, it's
foliage.
cool. Oh, Tyler, Del, this reminds me of something funny. Remember that sketch Guy Bradford did about plants? And there's a punchline about plants. Hold on, I don't want. Come here, guys. Let me tell you. I'll tell you about. Okay, remember the punch? You guys don't remember the punch?
Plants?
Come closer.
There's a plants one?
Plants. Yeah, about plants. Oh no, come here. I gotta.
New Rogue, you can see that imps are flying in closer to hear anything you whisper.
Okay. You know what? Never mind.
You're remembering another Guy Bradford sketch?
Okay.
I don't remember that one.
Me neither.
No, that's fine. Tell you what. I think I'm allergic to some of these plants around here.
What?
Oh, that's why I pointed at him.
Yeah, guys, I think we should possibly like move away from these plants right now.
Okay.
I need to get
Something
us
to
far
do
away.
With the conversation we were just having.
No, let's go. Let's just go. Okay. So remember, they're right there. There. So
What's the leaf look like?
you know what?
Yeah,
Del?
which ones are you allergic to? And then we'll make
Yeah.
sure that that's a camp there.
So many good questions.
The challenge
Tyler-
was to understand this. That your deception was 22, so the DC to read through it was 22, and no one made it. I just want to be clear mechanically why this is happening.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler, I'm really bad with words because I'm a dum-dum who's a baby. Could you talk in my mind real quick?
Sure. And I'll cast
Great.
message and say, what's going on?
Tyler, there's fucking imps everywhere. There's not plants. Holy shit. I was trying to make this clear. I'm not allergic to leaves. I died. I'm not allergic to most things. Please, just like, there's imps. They can hear everything we're saying. We either have to run away or kill them all. But
And the message runs out there.
Yeah.
Fuck!
It's a cantrip. I'll cast message again and say, so the plants are imps? That's what you're pointing at? Is
Cantrip,
imps?
you can just have the conversation.
Yeah, sorry.
Exactly, Tyler. And I'm not looking at him either. I'm just like looking away as well, and like wiping stuff off of my clothes. Like, ooh, I got some plant dander or something on me. You know, like, ooh, yep, that's right. So if you can think of a plan and maybe get Del on board somehow, but you have to be very quiet. So maybe message her as well because it's game time.
And I will cast message to Del and say, New Rogue tells me that the plants he's pointing at are the imps. They're invisible.
Oh. So is there anything we can do about something invisible? Because can't do anything about that.
I will cast message again and say, this will be to Del, and say, New Rogue can see them. And maybe I can use Ivan, like before with the Gorgon, to see them as well. For you, I don't know.
Okay, Tyler, I'll back you on this. I'll let the other two know. And I only have a few messages, but I will cast one to Rumple Foreskin and say, hey, Rumple Foreskin. Basically, we're surrounded by invisible imps, and we can't say anything out loud about it because then they'll hear us. But Tyler's gonna try and help us figure out where they are.
Okay, and what are we doing after that,
hey, girl?
Okay, I have one more message. I'm gonna use this message to send to Rumple Foreskin. I'm assuming that we might try to fight them. This is the only message I have left. I love you. Bye.
Okay, I love you too. If you need to send me anything else, just have Tyler do it.
And then I'm going to send one message to Dr. Deputy Extreme. Dr. Deputy Extreme hears my voice.
It's coming in my head.
Yeah, DDX, just hang tight. We're strategizing, but quietly in our heads. So keep thinking good thoughts and be ready for action if it happens.
Oh, okay. I'll do that, I guess. Okay.
Perfect. That's all of. I can't cast it ever again now until tomorrow.
DDX is behind you, going like, "Yeah, I wonder," taking his bow off. Like, this is a normal day. Stringing an arrow in his bow. He rolled a 4 on deception. He's clearly preparing for combat.
He's perfect. Love him.
Listening his weapons, being like, I hope they don't come at me first, so I can kill them all. These allergens.
Oh, fuck. Del, sorry to bug you. I was wondering, could you, do you have that ball on you that shoots boars out of it?
I mean, I can make another animal hang out with us if that's what you're asking.
Just to be clear, have you stopped riding forwards? Like, have you parked in the woods, or are you still riding along collectively as this happens?
I had stopped when I saw them.
So we stopped. Great. Just want to make sure.
Okay.
The conversation continues.
Do you want me to make another animal?
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right, I'm gonna throw down another animal.
Yeah, why don't you make the most dangerous ones? They're nice to have on this calm walk.
It's a 5.
Bam! Panther!
Ooh, that's a big animal. Look at that. That's an animal that hates plants. That's what that is.
That's good. Thank you for that, Del. Thank you.
Nice.
Now that we have this animal, I'm realizing don't know what else we should do with these plants. So fuck it. I'm going to take out my fairy wand of gusting.
There it is.
Real quick, I'm going to be like, oh boy, I'm going to inspect some of these plants here. This is my inspection stick. Let me see. I don't want to touch the plants and destroy them with my hands, so I'm going to use this stick. And Panther, why don't you come with me? All right.
Panther, follow New Rogue. Just follow him.
Follows. Just wander.
Okay, great. You guys remember there's some plants right over there, and I'm going to point the ones that's nearest to them.
They're immediately moving. Like, these fairies are
fuck.
Like, imps are flying.
Oh, I am locked in. I'm locked in on one position that has been pointed out. All
right. Fuck it. I have no plan left anymore. I'm like, what can I do with this panther? I was like, maybe it could cause a distraction. So I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to get up to one of these little fuckers. And
they are moving around and flying again. Like, are you actively pursuing
Jesus
them?
Christ, they fly.
Yeah, they're invisible and they fly, so they don't want to be touched. So they're trying to avoid anywhere your party's moving.
This makes it so complicated.
I will say, if you want to try to steer their movements, you would be able to, because you're able to see them move, to probably get like 3 of these 10 together. Like, if you're looking to try to force them to kind of bunch up through your movement, you can herd them a little bit passively.
Okay.
Roll me a d6.
Oh, no.
This isn't a spooky success. This is just your general success level.
Well, that's a 1.
That's a 1. Okay, so you can't get a group of them together, but you can get one of them that you could take a shot at.
Okay, cool. I am going to cast Fairy Fire out of my wand right now, and I'm going to be like, here we go. Let's see what science has to say about this specimen.
Can you roll me a D10 and then another D10 and tell me what you get on them individually?
I love that you declare what the spell will be from the wand every time.
Yeah, it's not great.
What was the first one? 3, okay.
Okay. I think
4.
this might be something different.
3 and 4. Okay, can you roll me another D10 and another D10? I need to know what the first one is and what the second one is.
2.
Okay.
Oh, no.
1.
Okay. You cast this spell where this imp is, and immediately bursting out of the ground with the full force you've traditionally seen come out of a Pokeball is a full-scale and full-sized rhinoceros. Bam! Full rhino standing there looking at you sternly.
Oh, look, there was a rhinoceros underneath the ground.
Starts eating grass.
It's getting rid of the plants that you were scared of.
That's good. Okay, cool. Panther, Rhino. I'm wondering, and I'm tracking where the other guys. I'm trying to look where there's the most amount of imps. Okay.
Yep. Roll me a D6.
Oh. Guys, I'm so sorry. This is a 2. This is.
You can successfully herd 2 imps together, but then you feel the mist swirl up around you. Neuro, can you roll me a D6 as the watchers focus on this moment?
It'd be so funny if he was just asking for a pop culture reference to explain what's going on.
It's a 1.
No. It's a 1. You see the imps in this circle immediately pull back and up and send 2 runners out. You feel like your cover's been blown. They know that you are watching and you are present. They're moving wider. They won't let you herd them. They are kind of helicopters circling 60 feet overhead.
All right. Fuck it. Okay. And they're still invisible?
Correct.
All right. Rhino, Panther, follow me. You guys, I don't even know. I'm just going on Westra, and I'm going to chase after these guys with the Panther and the Rhino.
Are you chasing after the 2 that went away? Or
I'm chasing the 2 that run away.
Okay, you were chasing the 2 that ran away. So you immediately take off into the woods, into the distance. The Panther does follow you because it was told to. The rhinoceros remains exactly where it is, eating grass.
Cool. Sorry, guys. I fucked up leadership. I'm going to say that aloud. Sorry, guys. I fucked up leadership.
We going with you, Tyler? New Rogue?
Keep all the stuff separate so it doesn't fall into their hands.
Well, all right. That sounds pretty definitively like he's seeing the imps do some fucked up shit. I got to see what's going on. Give me a second. I'm going to blow the bat flute to summon Ivan instantly without using a spell slot.
Oh, hey, man.
Hey, Ivan. I need your help with some echolocation. We're being watched by a bunch of invisible imps. Do you think you could spot them?
Oh, man. I could probably spot them. Yeah, sure. I could take a shot at it.
Sure. Sound off and let me know.
And he does. He lands on your head, kind of a wing wrapped around each horn.
Yeah.
And if you're looking through his eyes as an action, you can see where the imps are. You can see 2 have raced off ahead. They're almost at the edge of his range. New Rogue is pursuing them. You are here. 8 more are 60 feet up, kind of separate and apart, clearly hovering and observing you.
60 feet up. Okay.
Yep.
And so I've got a count of them of like 2 running and 8 kind of hovering around approximately.
Yep.
And I'll say just to Del in a fairly low voice, since they all appear to be so far away. I'll say, okay, I think I've got it. Okay. Ivan's showing me. Guy is chasing after guy. Holy shit, he's been dead for a long time.
Tyler.
Ivan's telling me that New Rogue is chasing down 2 of them, and they're running off that way. I just point in the direction that they're going, and I say, above us, way above us, are about 8, and they look like they're just kind of like watching from a distance. I think what we have to do is we have to get into the forest where the tree cover is good enough that they have to come down closer to the ground to where we are, and then we ambush them. I can't help you see them or hit them, but I will be constantly sending you messages as updates to tell you where they are and how we can coordinate together to run through the forest and maybe lure them into the group, and then I can blow them up.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Let's. You hear that, Rumpleforeskin? We'll try to do pincer attack.
Yeah, that works for me. Okay.
Okay. Let's head into the forest. It's going to be a tight squeeze because it's going to be thicker, but we gotta stay fast. We gotta stay on top of our friends here too. Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. You go that way, and I'll go this way. I'll tell you when to hook right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm hunkering down next to Rumpleforeskin's head so we can whisper to each other.
Yeah.
And you both begin sprinting into the woods on your various cockatrices. Del, DDX, hot on your tail, riding his cockatrice as well. As New Rogue, you pursue these 2 imps that are flying out of the woods towards the road, towards the Gravewalker. You're just sprinting after them. And the moment you break the tree line, you look and you see less than a half mile down the road are the forces of the Gravewalker. Can you roll me a perception?
God damn it. That's a 12.
To 12, you are seeing bone. You are seeing the hallmarks of the undead, but nothing too specific. There's too much dirt being spun up around them at the speed that they are racing along this road towards you, towards your friends. These imps streaking towards them, and you realize there is practically no time to escape, let alone anything else. This could be the end for you. Isolated, the icon of Ravenloft, lost. Your friends inside the jungle, not knowing what happened to you with this massive pursuit after them, possibly unable to even see these imps, ambushed in the dark. And that's when the mist curls up beneath you. Not simply wrapping around you, but forming a path, the same kind of path that you have seen so many times before, because in your darkest hours, the mist provides. We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
Oh, I want to know what they provide.
Yummies.
Thank you. Shadow Nemesis, it's time to do a quick check-in with you and a quick rules update. I don't remember all of the class rules all the time, but because you are a barbarian, your AC will also include your Constitution bonus. So what do you add for Constitution?
Constitution. That's +2.
So add that as well. So your AC is actually 13, not 11.
All right. That's the mask. That's the mask that did that.
A mask and your sick bulk, bro. You've got it all in this onesie.
All right. I'm 13.
Fabulous. So you are also hurrying towards the barn, I assume. I'm not sure what you were doing after you killed that imp. You've notified your friends. What are you doing now? What's happening in Shadow Nemesis's world?
I guess I'm just kind of eating the head like an apple kind of thing, just like munching away and going.
I mean, these guys are like 1.5 feet tall, so you've really got like a golf ball sized head.
Oh, it's just a little tiny thing, eh?
Yeah, he's just a little guy.
All right, so you eat it like a cherry, right? Kind of put it in, like get all the bits you don't like out, and then and spit it.
Yeah, spit the skull. I get you.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Then I'll book it to the barn. Now, remind me, the secret passage that was discovered to the barn, where you went through like the toilet system or whatever. Was that fairly that wasn't really far away? Like that was kind of just near the barn?
It was near the barn. It was a ways around, like you had to work your way around the farm and then go underground. However, you are still 2 hours from the farm. So you have a long ride ahead of you. Are you just riding as quickly as possible? Is there anything else you're doing in transit?
I mean, I got my plan. I'm going to wait till they all show up. I hope my friends, maybe I can kind of just send a little message and just being Hey, just checking in. Don't have to reply if you don't want to. Just want to see, are you heading my way? Are you going your way? Just want to make sure everything's all hunky-dory. I don't know if you remember, I was telling you about some imps, so maybe just keep an eye out for the imps. Hope to see you soon.
And that is when the mist rises up beneath you, Shadow Nemesis. And you see it forming a path like you have seen before, because the mist is providing. And in the woods, in the beast woods, in this jungle-like atmosphere, the mist rises up beneath you, Del, and beneath you, Tyler, creating this same mist-providing path. And you're realizing that in front of you, New Rogue, Del, and Tyler, there is a forked path. There are two paths which you can trod as you hear this message come in from Shadow Nemesis. You can continue to the site of the final battle, sped along these roads and avoiding the Gravewalker's forces, or you could transit in the same way, nearly instantaneously, to the farm, to Angelina's farm, to join Shadow Nemesis. You have this choice. Shadow Nemesis, you see the one path. It's just going to speed you to this farm.
Okay, and
I would say all of you that not only is this path being given to you, not only is this changing time, not only is there speed, but it's also affecting other parts of the world in ways you do not know. Something is changing, but you do not know what.
Okay. And so, like, I look at this path and I realize that left is barn,
and
right
you
is...
feel it just speeding your cockatrice to an inhuman speed, and the world blurs past you as all of a sudden you are sped towards your goal. But New Rogue, Del, and Tyler, you are all separate. You all need to make your choice of where you are going, to the final battle or to Shadow Nemesis's farm. I will say the mist will give the three of you the ability to speak. It's not like you have to make this separately and not know what the other three are doing. You can hear the echoes of each other's voices as time slows around you in this. And you realize this is the calm before the storm, the moment of slow before rapid speed.
Are you all seeing this?
Yeah, this is deja vu for me. It's like when I could have gone to the final battle or help you guys with Medusa Nemesis.
Well, we do this together, right? That's what we've been talking about. We do this together. Whatever it is, we're going to do it together.
That's right. I say we go to the final battle and end this once and for all.
Is that what you meant, Tyler?
I mean that we make this choice together.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess the choice is stay together, the three of us, or get all together. But, I mean, last time when I chose Shadow Nemesis, it didn't get us much further.
Well, what do you think about him giving us the heads up on the imps? Does that change anything for you? Or I know it's not much in comparison to everything else, but I don't know, it's something. What do you guys feel like? We do this, the three of us, or we do this, the four of us, and roll the dice on loyalty?
Shadow Nemesis, can you hear us?
Whoa, yeah, I'm right.
No, he can't. No, he can't. He can't hear anything. He cannot.
I'm talking to myself.
Well, if the Gravewalker's not at the final battle and we can get all the information and then the day resets, then we'll all be together and we'll actually know what the heck is going on.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. I'm just going to use my stone of talking real quick. Let me just see if this works.
Time is frozen. It does not.
Oh, fuck.
I think the mist wants us to make a decision.
I think it's decision time.
I don't want to betray Shadow Nemesis after he seems to be providing, us with some utility and some honesty. But
why does this feel like a betrayal?
Because he's probably waiting somewhere away from us, and he's alone right now, and we're all together.
Well,
that's no accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope he will be okay. with us going to the battle.
Well, do you want somebody to go with Shadow Nemesis? I'm the only one who doesn't have an item that, we have to worry about falling into the Gravewalker's hands.
Are you suggesting you go with Shadow Nemesis?
I don't know if I'll be of much help, but as a show of good faith, maybe?
Okay, do we need to bring these items directly to the battlefield, or do you think how do we play this?
I think a decision needs to be made about where we're going. I don't think we can stash some items here or anything like that. I think we are choosing where we go.
Yeah.
And you all begin to see one of the paths in front of you start to fade away. New Rogue and Tyler, you see the path to the farm slowly dimming. And Del, you see the path to the final battle dimming. You can still ride those paths, but you need to choose and ride forward on a path now or the decision will be taken away from you.
You guys go figure out what's going on. I'll show Shadow Nemesis is not all by himself, but just stay safe, you two.
Okay, you too.
Thanks, Del.
Yeah.
Tell Shadow Nemesis I say hey.
And you ride forwards and blur through the mist, just time and space speeding past you as you head for the directions you've chosen. Shadow Nemesis, for the direction you chose a while ago, you're just going to arrive a lot faster. New Rogue and Tyler, you find yourself screeching to a halt in front of the barricade that long ago you had seen with the irregular forces with crossbows stacked behind these wagons prepared to defend, opening fire as you ran away. This time, however, you see from the top someone goes, "The general?
Yep.
The general's here! The general's here!" And there's just a cry of "the general's here" from the whole way through. Like, wait. We gotta make sure he's the real one. Do you have the Reaper's Scream?
Yep. I just pick it up like, hey, here you go.
Check the drawing. Check the drawing. Yeah. Okay, that's real. That's good. And do you have the icon of Ravenloft?
Yep. Yeah, boy.
Okay, check the drawing. Look. Is it right? Look. Hold the drawing up. Oh. Yep, that's it. Okay, and then where there's supposed to be 4 of you. I see the cleric and I see the general. Where are where's your jester and your knight champion?
Yeah, not everybody made it. It's dangerous out here.
Does that sound real to you? Yeah. We don't have drawing. Yeah, we don't have a drawing of this. No, we don't have a drawing of this. Okay. Yeah, we're so glad you're here. You can go up the mountain.
Okay.
Go up the battle's up there. Do you guys need anything from us? We have snacks.
Do you want a snack, New Rogue?
No. Wait, but do you want one, little buddy? Okay. What's it called? Okay. Do you have gushers?
What?
Gushers?
Are you telling me that the goat just asked for gushers?
Yeah, I'm like, what? Well, I don't know what that is. It's what? Okay. All right, and what's inside of it? Corn syrup. Oh, it's like all corn syrup too? Oh. Who fed you those?
Fuck, that one got me.
Oh, okay. You all right. You just have a hankering for them and you don't know why.
Okay. Walk and talk. We're gonna walk and talk. You two carry on.
We're gonna walk and talk. Just get us gushers, please.
Okay, I'll send word. We don't have those here, but like they'll send somebody from camp. Send a runner. The general's here. Send a runner. And you just see the path. They part kind of a small pathway for you to go through the wagons. As you're passing these soldiers that you're seeing in this environment, they are again, they're not all the same. They don't seem to have the same level of training, but they seem to be kind of roughly clad and roughly armed. You're realizing the crossbows aren't all the same make. Some people have bows, some people have cudgels. It really seems like they took a collection of villagers who are not normally soldiers and put them in like very simple, cheap armor, got them to bring what they had, gave them replacements, and they're kind of forming this rear guard here. You begin to walk past them up this mountain, and that's when you see a weird combination of what you'd almost describe as like a combat butler hurrying down the mountain. You're seeing somebody in kind of traditional fancy kind of armor. It's not full knight's armor, but there's some chainmail, there's some plating, there's some tabards, but it's also got a neat little bow tie, a simple black cape. He's just kind of hurrying very officiously. This man is very bald, like kind of all the way bald, shaved. He has a ponytail at the back that you can see just kind of hanging down of just the hair at the back of his head. Seems to be in his mid 60s. And he hurries down and says, "Oh, the general, excuse me, sorry. I am the aide-de-camp. My name is Hester Joe Hosenpfeffer. I am the quartermaster. I keep things running here. I can bring you up so you can meet everyone on this strange day. It'll be good to have your leadership. We can't believe what's occurred, as you've seen the unnatural night."
Yes. Yeah. Is Prince Auric Bright Eyes about? Is he around?
This is why I am so relieved that you have come. You see, the Gravewalker headed off with scouts, and our brave prince, he was in conversation with the Brotherhood of the Raven, and they tracked something going on in the mist, so he has left to help whatever heroes are causing chaos out there. It's good that you're here so you can take command of the camp. We don't know where he went. We don't know. He raced off in the mist, just sped off into the wilderness.
Where does the Brotherhood of the Raven tend to associate? Is there like some ground?
They have their own tent up at camp, but they've also traveled with him. So did the Quicklings and, of course, some of our cavalry. The prince had heard that there was, we assume, some righteous heroes out there, doing what needs to be done, fighting the good fight, perhaps, facing off with the Gravewalker, so he went to assist them. We just thought it perhaps was you, but now that you're here, you can bring a degree of command back to the camp.
So Prince Auric Bright Eyes is not here?
No, he just left.
Okay.
He just left on a path of mist. It sped him right fast through the woods.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. You've got battle plans, though. I'm assuming you've got plans for where your armies would charge and all that kind of stuff.
I can show you the field. I can introduce you to the field commanders who remain. I'm not entirely sure of the battle plans. Of course, only the prince knew those, but he was expecting you to come and make great changes.
Okay. Yes, I would love it if he had maybe can we go to the prince's tent, his command tent? Maybe he left some sort of battle plans there or something like that. I just want to know what his plan was if, the Gravewalker hadn't just randomly run off before the battle had started. What was his game plan?
Yes, that's a reasonable question. So
to know,
I guess. Can you roll me a persuasion with advantage? Yeah. You are the general.
Can I cast guidance?
Yes, you can.
There you go. Add a D4, bud.
Let me get a D4.
What do you say, and how do you cast guidance?
I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything right now because I'm just gonna lean over and touch Tyler's shoulder with my forehead, and just be like, "You got this, pal." Mm.
Yeah. I'll tilt my head so that my cheek's on the top of his head. Be like, "Thanks, buddy."
No.
Oh, well, shit. With advantage, that's a 9 plus 2 for 11. And I'm sorry, this was persuasion or?
Yes.
This was persuasion. That's a 0, and I'm not wearing my ring. My earring of sexiness. So 11.
Well, with a nat 1, I'll show you anything you need to see, sir. Anything in this comp. There are no secrets that the prince could have that I should not be sharing with the general. I'm sure that's what he would have wanted if he were not here. The prince hates secrets. He is all that is right in the world. Come with me. And he speeds up and starts hurrying up this hill along this path towards where his camp is set up. Now, you know that you will have access to everything everywhere at all times due to the dauntless help of Hester Joe Hosenpfeffer.
Thanks, Hester.
Meanwhile, Dell, Rumple Foreskin, Dr. Deputy Extreme, his cockatrice, Shadow Nemesis, your cockatrice, you are all blurring through time and space towards the farm until you find yourselves appearing out of the corn. Just stepping towards this farm, able to see the barn, able to see the house and this clearing in the center. And in front of you, you see smashed scarecrows. And staggering out of the barn is a troll going, oh, and it collapses to the ground, dead, with a golden blade in its back, and striding out of the barn in fully silvered armor, encasing his entire body, majestically, smoothly, shining despite the darkness, with white cloth underneath, a surplice, a billowing cape, just feathered blonde hair flowing back from a gorgeous, smiling face with 2 eyes that consist of golden orbs. You aren't seeing a pupil, you're seeing something in there. And this figure, striding out gloriously, steps atop the troll, pulls out his blade with regal might and says, "And who are you? For I am Prince Auric Bright Eyes, and you are my prisoners." And we'll take a quick commercial break right there.
Thought it was going to be like...
Dell, Shadow Nemesis, Rumple Foreskin, a cockatrice, another cockatrice, and Dr. Deputy Extreme, you all stand before Prince Auric Bright Eyes, and that is the moment when his companions begin to spring out of the corn around you. You see a small herd of armored centaurs riding out of the corn to circle around you to one side. From the others, a shadowy figure, fully cowled, dressed in, ninja meets thief meets cool person in, and FromSoft game, just step into the woods sternly. And around them, in a moment, they're just blurs of movement, just absolute blurs, until you see a small blanket of blue figures. Tyler would recognize these, having met a quickling before back in Corntown. You have not, but there are dozens of them surrounding this figure, some on their shoulders, some standing around them in this small carpet of support. And stepping out from behind the prince, inside the barn, you see 2 figures in ragged black robes with leather armor underneath, and on the center of their chests, on both of them, you can see of these kind of generic looking figures, one male, one female, a raven's head insignia inside a diamond. Shadow Nemesis, inside your head, Shadowmaster goes, "Oh no, it's those assholes. We have to kill them or get out of here. They'll eat me. They'll eat us. They'll kill us both. They hate monsters." And he sucks back into your body. So you're back to having one hand. But there is no hint, just a healed over stump. And you feel him recede within you. Because Shadowmaster fucking hates the Brotherhood of the Raven, and he recognizes them in this moment.
Oh, right, because I ate one of those dudes in, the first world. Right.
Every symbiote has something that they absolutely despise, and his is the Brotherhood of the Raven. And the prince says to you, "The mists brought me here for something important. It drew the Gravewalker away, and my scouts managed to figure out exactly how much he took with him of his military. We believe we may be able to balance that force. But what is he after? It appears to be you. Who are you? And what do you have? Why is the Gravewalker after you?"
Before Shadow Nemesis could say anything, I take an intake of breath, I look him dead in the eyes, and I go, and you get the tail of the clever animal. The hissing snake goes into your brain.
Oh.
So for the next 10 minutes, whenever you make an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma check, you roll a d6 and add it to your roll.
Hot damn.
Amazing.
For 10 minutes?
Yeah.
For 10 minutes, I don't got a 0. This is great. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, then I see everyone is here, and I'm just like, whoa, Del. Oh, wait, where'd everybody go? Why is it just you? Did the imps get him?
For one thing, in the middle of all of these good people, I am on a flaming bone horse. I have a big dark cape. My eyes are glowing. Mist just came out from under me. I have a minion. I don't look very like a good person.
You also
here.
just hissed.
Yeah.
to a guy in shorts and a weird mask and a beret.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I need to address the.
And I am not nodding. My eyes are wide, and I'm just like, I'm nodding. We don't have
You
to
are
finish
both
talking.
black-clad in these lands, knowing what that must signify with our war against the Gravewalker. Explain yourselves. This is your chance to prove you are not what you seem.
Oh no. Hey, we're on the side of the good guys. We're after the Gravewalker too.
Then why is the Gravewalker pursuing you? What are you doing here? Why are you dressed in the garb of evil?
What, me? And I say, looking at my shorts and shoes and like a beret,
You're
like
wearing black. Your black cap includes flames. You are masked. In a world where people are able to openly be who they are, even your boots, your strange foreign boots, are black. Your friend here has blades dangling upon their cape, black armor. Both of you seem something more than human to my all-seeing golden eyes.
well, look, if the mask bothers you, you'll take it off. And I just kind of toss the mask, like, look, it's just a fashion choice, all right? I didn't wear this to be evil.
Excuse me, we work for the general, remember?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, look, I work for the general. I'm the jester of the general, and this is the Dell of the general.
I'm a knight. I'm
The
a
knight.
horse. Thank you.
The Knight Dell of the general.
How do I know this to be true? I can see inside of each of you. And you see as the prince flourishes his sword and holds it down by his side, his other hand is missing. He is one-handed. He says, I can see within you the blackness of a symbiote. And I can see swirling around you ghosts, knowing that the Gravewalker is the only champion here. How do I know you are with the general and this is not some elaborate plan? What if you were a weapon that the Gravewalker is looking for, to claim as his own?
There's a weapon here that the Gravewalker is looking for.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The
What?
amulet of ultimate evil should be in the barn.
And you hear the talisman. Oh, the talisman. Quickly, it's much stranger and echoing over top of itself. But you've clearly unsettled the centaurs. The were-ravens look shocked. And the prince looks at you and says, where is it?
I'm pointing at the barn. Hopefully it's still there.
What? It's in the barn?
Take me to it. Take me to it. Just you. And he points to you, Del.
There goes all that charm.
Hey, well, I was also there. I also know where it is. Can I come too?
No, you said that you were you were as surprised it was here as the rest of us.
Okay.
You, right. Just you. Come
Okay,
with me.
Rumple, Foreskin, let's go. DDX, stay with Shadow Nemesis.
Just you.
You can take DDX with him. You can.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm coming.
Come with me.
Yeah, great. I have narrow eyes at Shadow Nemesis as I hop off. Now I'm so short. I like to be tall up on the horse looking at everybody, but we go in.
And you find yourself walking past these were-ravens with Prince Auric Brighteyes entering into the barn. Where is the talisman?
Okay,
He's about
well,
6'3".
Wow.
Okay. Well, last time there was a zombie snake, so be careful if there's a zombie snake again.
And he quickly whistles and summons the two Brotherhood of the Raven members and says, Faustus Moonington of the Third House of the Moon and Chaddis Braden Remstrand Melody Linus from House Forrester. Prepare. There may be darkness here.
You all got fancy names. Okay, it should be in here somewhere, but it's really dangerous to touch, so, might need someone evil to touch it.
We are prepared.
Okay, I'm going to try to remember exactly where it was, somewhere in this barn. I remember a snake attack. That's about it.
Okay. So you point to the space, and do you dig or do you have the prince dig?
I'm not going to dig. I'm going to point. I'm like, there. Down there.
Excellent. It's down here underground. Dig. Summon it forth for us. We will prepare for this snake. Between the three of us, it will stand no chance. We are the greatest heroes of this realm.
Great. I'm not like the strongest digging person ever, The
Gravewalker is coming. Dig quickly.
Great. I'm going to go dig, and then I'm also going to cast Mage Hand and try and get a ghost nearby to help me dig this hole.
Fabulous. Roll me in athletics.
Oh, it's a 9. I'm like, oh. like 2 shovels deep, and I'm like, oh.
I feel that.
Faustus Moonington of the Third House of the Moon, please assist. Where Ravens comes over and starts digging with you until a giant bone snake, the bone naga you had seen previously, rears forth from the ground, and you see it rise up and begin to lunge down towards you. You believe you're about to suffer a tremendously painful attack when from behind you, you look back and see the prince, golden eyes glowing bright, heroic figure standing, everything about him fluttering in a wind that's thrusting towards him as golden light, a cone of radiant energy blasts out from his eyes, from his body, and smashes through this entire snake, evaporating it in a moment. Wow. And the prince steps forward next to you and looks down into the hole that you have dug. And he looks over to the Brotherhood of the Raven member next to you. Faustus Moonington of the Third House of the Moon. Is this the box? The one we sent with the cleric? Faustus says, yes. And Prince Auric Bright Eyes raises a hand and rests it on your shoulder, Del. And he says, you truly are a friend of this realm and a friend of goodness. It's time for us to plan an ambush for the Gravewalker, because with this here, he will stop at nothing.
Great. Sounds good.
We'll call it there. That's the end of our episode.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dmitry Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Alarain Okapi, Madre de Gatos, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky. Lale, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner. A Man Out of Time. Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com. Panda24NN. Shendra D. Your Homeboy Bones. Ellis Hatch. Odigenous. Kai Koa. Squire Solaire. Sandy Sassy Pants. Amira Lockhart. James Molina. Nick Hemsing. Alex LaFountain. Nikki Blake. Seth Cambron. Corpse Knight Silver. Adam Mir 101. The Dankler. Anticore 7, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumbdumbdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.